What's good? It's the one and only, but what do I know? Boxing coming back at y'all with another one, man. So, we got Terence Crawford in the news, but I just wanted to kind of put this out here. This is Errol Spence verified Twitter account, or X, formerly known as Twitter. And he states, might be the last time you see me. Now, we all know that Errol Spence has a fight coming up in October. Was almost. It's not official yet, but it's rumored that it's likely that Errol Spence will be fighting Sebastian Fundora this October. I did a video on that. You guys make sure you guys check that out or whatnot. And Errol Spence said this might, he recently just posted this, but this has since been deleted. Errol Spence said it might be the last time you see me. So, Errol Spence always has hinted at like that he only has a few more fights left in him. He wants to move up, and I think, you know what, I wouldn't be mad if Errol Spence gets gets to become a 2-division unified champion. That's all right with me, bro. That's all right with me. So, if whatever Errol Spence does, I think his career. Well, I don't want to talk about it yet. Let's just see if it's official first, what he does. But who knows, bro? I still feel like there's a chance that we may get a rematch between Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, seeing how the stars align at 154 pounds. But anyways, let's get to the initial point. Terence Crawford has been stripped of his titles at 147 pounds. So you know how I do it, man. Let me go ahead and read into it, and then I'll give a little bit of my opinion. While I'm reading at it, man, you just stay tuned and listen. All right, so shout out to Boxing News 24. It says, Bud Crawford gets the champion in recess golden ticket. The WBC has made Terence Crawford welterweight champion in recess, given that he's moved up to 154 pounds to challenge WBA junior middleweight champion Israel Masvidal on August 3rd for his belt and the WBO interim title. Wait a second. Hold on. He's challenging for the interim title? Cause see, I thought they were fighting for a vacant title. Hold on, let me keep reading though. That's weird. But he did say that they was challenging for his belt. But anyways, let's keep reading. Also, the Crawford versus Madrimal fight will be a WBC final eliminator, with the winner being the mandatory for the October fight between WBC WBO junior middleweight champion Sebastian Fundora and Errol Spence. Crawford's triple crown dream, a 154-pound fantasy. If everything works out well, Crawford will hold 3 titles at 154 by winning just 2 fights. One of those contests could involve a lucrative rematch between Crawford and Spence if Errol defeats WBC WBO 154-pound champion Sebastian Fundora in October. Crawford will get a giant payday in a rematch with Spence if he's coming off of a victory over Fundora. A potential Crawford-Spence rematch if Spence doesn't retire after Fundora fight, which he has already hinted about doing. We could see him and Crawford in a giant pay-per-view rematch with 3 belts at stake. If Crawford wins those 2 fights, he would only need the IBF held by background to become the undisputed junior middleweight champion. Of course, it's not given that Crawford beats WBA junior middleweight champion Israel Masvidal. Okay, so they're fighting for the WBA. I knew I wasn't tripping, bro, but yeah. So they're fighting for the WBA title. Okay, so that's good. All right, I knew I wasn't tripping, but it's not a given that Crawford beats WBA junior middleweight champion Israel Masvidal because he's not fought at 154. He's getting old and he only fights once a year. Crawford struggled as it was to beat Sean Porter and David Evans. When did he struggle to beat David Evans? Okay, this is where you gotta correct with people. Like, first of all, I wouldn't even say he struggled against Sean Porter, but Sean Porter did make it a very good fight. But it was a fight that though it was a close fight, it wasn't a fight that you saw Terence Crawford struggling in. They need to, pick better choice of words. But And especially David Avenesian. When the hell did he struggle any in that fight to beat David Avenesian? Like, come on, bro. But Madridov is on another level from those guys. He could expose Crawford as being an old hype job. Well, see, man, I'm telling y'all, I got to do better with picking these articles to read, bro. Because Terence Crawford is definitely not a hype job. But anyways, the logical question is, why isn't the WBC stripping Crawford of his WBC welterweight belt rather than giving him champion a recess? Now, that is a good question because Terence Crawford is, he stated that he has a hard time making 147, so he's moving up to 154. I don't really see Terence Crawford staying at 147 pounds, bro. Like, I don't see him going back down, so it's really no point in making him champion in a recess. You might as well just strip him of the title or whatnot. He already, I didn't like what the IBF had to do with Terence Crawford, where they just stripped him like 2 months after he beat Errol Spence. Like, I thought that was messed up, but I wasn't tripping off it too bad because Terence Crawford is already talking about moving up to 154. So, anyways, the logical question is, why isn't the WBC stripping Crawford of his WBC welterweight belt rather than giving him champion in recess designation? In the old days, the sanctioned bodies would strip champions when they move up in weight to fight for belts, especially when they had no intention of returning to the division. In Crawford's case, the WBC keeps his foot in the door by giving him champion in recess tag at 147, meaning he can return at any time to fight who the champion is. And yeah, I should have stated that for y'all that don't know what it means to be a champion in recess. Basically, it's when you you're kind of stripped for the title, but at any point you can fight for that title again. All you got to do is just notify the WBC and you'll be able to fight for that title at any moment. Well, it don't matter if somebody's a mandatory or somebody's ranked number 1. Like, a champion at recess gets the title shot before anybody. Mario Barrios is the WBC interim welterweight champion and will either be emailed full champion status or will fight for the belt. I think the WBC will elevate Barrios to full champion by email. The likely only way Crawford will return to welterweight to fight for the WBC belt is if Devin Haney moves up and gets his hand on the title. Haney is an easy mark, an assault target, but popular enough for Crawford to make good money fighting him on pay-per-view. I don't think this is. Yeah, whoever writes these articles clearly doesn't have. They don't like certain fighters. I'm starting to see, like, it's crazy. But anyways, Barrios isn't popular enough to entice Crawford to come back down to 147. The Nebraska native certainly isn't going to come back down to fight Jerron Boots Ennis if he is the only one that snatches the WBC belt. But Jerron has the IBF, so he'd have to unify. Boots is like a younger, stronger, better version of Crawford, and he would wreck the. I'm not gonna read that. These people are just tripping. But all right, so that's that, man. All right, so man, truth be told, man, if I'm being 100% honest, I don't think Terence Crawford would really care. I don't see Terence Crawford moving back down to 147. I mean, he's at the age where he'll be 37 or 38 by the time. I think 37 by the time he fights again. I don't think Terence Crawford has any intentions of moving back down to 147 pounds. To the truth be told, to me that'd be moving backwards. I just see him basically, hope. I mean, if Terence Crawford could somehow, he gets the belt. Errol Spence beats Sebastian Fundora, and then one more person, whoever has the IBF or whatever, they get beat like in about 2 or 3 fights. Especially if Terence Crawford is working with His Excellency, like, bro, in about 2 or 3 fights, Terence Crawford could be undisputed in a 3rd division. Like, look at how legendary that is on top of an already legendary career held by Terence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's already a 1st round Hall of Famer for sure. No doubt about it. that just would be, you know, crazy, insane to think about. Hopefully, I would love for him to be able to make that accomplishment. But anyways, you know, that's just my take on it. Let me know what you guys think about Terence Crawford getting stripped for this title. What do you want to see next from Terence Crawford? Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. But what do I know?